Hey guys, today I have an update for the non-filers. These are people who made $12,200 a year or less individually, $24,400 a year or less as a married couple, or if there is any other reason you did not have to file your taxes and you use the non-filers tool. So if you're someone who used the non-filers tool and you have not yet received your stimulus check, you're wondering when you should be receiving it by, or if you're frustrated that there's no information out there with regards to non-filers, this video is for you, so keep watching. What's up everybody, Michael here, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, I just want to say that 95% of you are not subscribed to my channel. That means whenever I release a stimulus check update on the stock market and how to make money with the economy, you're not going to be getting my videos. So please be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get updated with the latest information. So anyways, let's get started and let's talk about non-filers. And specifically, I want to first go over the non-filers tool on the irs.gov website. I already went over this, so I'm just going to touch on it quickly, but it is if you make $12,200 a year or less individually, or $24,400 a year or less as a married couple. In addition, there may be another reason why you did not have to file your taxes, so you may have also used the non-filers tool. I want to go over a couple of key points when you're using the non-filers tool. So when using the non-filers tool, you're going to have to put in basic information such as your name, email address, bank account information, social security number, all the basic information it'll walk you through. But make sure you do not forget to include all of the names and social security numbers of people in your household. This way, if you have a dependent who is 16 years or younger, you'll be able to receive the additional $500 check for this dependent. If you do not fill out all of the additional information with all of the people living in your household, the names and social security numbers, you will not receive the additional checks for those dependents. Anyways, with that covered, let's go into how you can check the status of your stimulus check. So if you're a non-filer and you already submitted the information through the non-filers tool, you then can use the Get My Payment tool to check the status of your payment. However, a lot of issues have been coming up because when you use the non-filers tool, it could take some time for the IRS to process your information and update it in the system, so then you'll be able to check it on the Get My Payment tool. So this is why it is taking a long time for a number of people to get their stimulus checks. So moving on, let's talk about when non-filers can expect to receive their stimulus checks. And this relates directly to the point I just mentioned. So since non-filers have to use the non-filers tool first in order to input their information, the IRS then has to process all of this information and then update it so then you can check the status in the Get My Payment tool. So for someone, let's say, who files their taxes and they already had the direct deposit information with the IRS, well, they would not have had to do anything. So that's why a lot of these people are receiving their stimulus checks before non-filers. Because with non-filers, it's the equivalent of someone who has not yet filed their taxes for 2018 and 2019, but they were required to. Because when you're a non-filer, you have to submit your information through the non-filers tool, and then the IRS has to process it. So none of the non-filers received their checks early on because the IRS had to process all of their information. So the people who were receiving their checks early on were people who filed their taxes and had their direct deposit information because they didn't have to do anything. So with non-filers, when are they supposed to receive their checks? Well, once a non-filer fills out the form, submits their information, and get approved, well, it automatically gets in line with the people who filed their taxes. So 80 million Americans have already received their stimulus checks. So this could be some non-filers and people who filed their taxes. It just takes a little longer because the IRS has to process your information on the non-filers tool first. So once you use the tool, then there's going to be two options that determine how fast you'll get your stimulus check. The first is going to be if your bank account and direct deposit information was inputted and it is valid. Because if the IRS sees your bank account information and they try and deposit your $1,200 check, if it is rejected by the bank because let's say you put in the wrong account number or for any other reason, then you will automatically be sent a check. And if you are sent a check though, the good thing to remember is that non-filers and people who make the lowest levels of income will receive their checks first. So if for some reason you put in the wrong bank account information or you just want it sent to your address as a physical check, non-filers and people who make the lowest levels of income first will receive checks initially before other people. One thing to keep in mind with this, though, is that the IRS has not even started to send out stimulus checks yet. According to Steven Mnuchin, on April 19th, on Sunday, he said that no paper checks have been sent out yet. So for people who are telling you that the paper stimulus checks are coming or that they're supposed to come, according to the Secretary of the Treasury, no paper stimulus checks have been sent out yet. They want people to use the online tools, whether that's the NonFilers tool or the Get My Pay. They want everyone to use these tools. So the basics is if you use the NonFilers tool, you can check your payment status on the Get My Payment tool once the system has finished processing your information on the NonFilers tool. So once you input that, then you could check where everyone else checks. So I hope that answers your question. I hope you enjoyed this video. With that being said, make sure to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you sign up for the Webull investing app using my link below. 1 free stock when you sign up for Robinhood. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.